Today we're going to make a decadent shrimp and crab scampi. Now I know you're going to think, oh my gosh, this is so expensive. It's not, right? It's way cheaper to make it yourself than it is to go out to eat. And you know, we were talking like with COVID right now, we're not going out to eat as much.
Right.
And so this gives us a chance to have a great meal at home. And you know, once you do it, you're probably not going to go out to eat for this meal before.
Truthfully, in our local area, I've never found like a good scampi.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hit or miss at the restaurants. So if you can make it yourself, you're that better off.
Yeah, because too many places, I think they overcook the seafood.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. So we actually do have some prep work that we're going to have to do for this, but it is a fast meal. The first one is when you buy your shrimp, it really is worth it to buy raw shrimp. Now, I'm a little bit lazy in that I get it already deveined, but I have to peel it. So you're going to go ahead and you're just going to get a pound of shrimp and you're going to peel it. But look how easy it is to peel, right? Ba-da! And the vein is already taken out of there, so you don't have to worry about that. But it's really fast. And then what you want to do is you want to marinate it. Don't skip this step. So I'm going to marinate it in about a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half of olive oil. I'm going to use Old Bay because I love Old Bay. And then some garlic, a clove of garlic, and I'm just going to, go ahead and I'm going to marinate that for about 30 minutes to an hour. This is going to give the shrimp a little bit more of a pizzazz or hello. It's here, so it's great. Raw shrimp being marinated. While that's happening though, this is the labor intensive part. I don't use crab in a can.
Is it really crab?
Yeah, I know. That's what I worry about, right?
That's right.
Tuna fish in a can, okay, but not crab in a can. So I buy the crab. This is 3 legs, right? And it comes out to about a pound of crab. This is where I, love my family apparently, because I actually just cut it out of the shell and then don't cook it. Don't put it in any hot water because the crab's already been cooked. So if you cook it and then you put it in the sauce, you're going to be 3 times cooking it. And yeah. And that's where you get that yucky, soggy crab. So just cut it out, put it in the bag and just wait its turn. And then we're going to do some mise en place, but I need to wash my hands. This is one dish that you're gonna wash your hands. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about how you're going to do your garlic. Everybody has their own tips for garlic. A lot of people, they'll put them in these cups and they shake them and they're getting their arm workout. I don't do that, right? I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna take a big knife, I'm gonna smash it. But when we talk about tools of the kitchen, I have a big old garlic smasher. And because of that, after I smash my garlic, I just take off a little bit of the peel. I don't have to take off all of the peel, just a little bit. And I'm just gonna toss that peel that I did take off right here into the garbage disposal. The reason that becomes important for me is that now my garlic press actually captures the rest of the peel and the end, so I don't have to worry about it. So I'm just going to put that aside. I'm not going to press it. I'm going to press it directly into the pan because from a mise en place perspective, I don't have to have a lot of bowls because I don't have a crew standing behind me that's going to be doing all of my dishes. And so that's one way to do it. The other thing is, Ben talks about the fact that he uses scissors to cut off his leafy herbs, right? Right, Ben? Yeah. That's a great way to do it. I actually have this little tool that I bought at a culinary store. And it just is going to scrape off the vines for me from the leaves. I think I paid $2 for this. So either way, right, you can use the scissors or you can use this. You can pick it off however you're going to feel the most comfortable. The only thing we're going to use this parsley for is we're going to use it for the garnish on top. So once you go ahead and you peel it off, again, however you choose to, and then I'm just gonna do my chop. When you're chopping your herbs, again, one of the, kind of a thing that you can do is you can chop, and actually you can move your herbs or you can move your cutting board in a circular motion however you feel the most comfortable as you're doing that chop. Right? So I've seen people do it many different ways. It's just up to you. One thing about, you know, turning the chopping board as you're doing it is that I know that I'm getting everything turned around and it's all getting chopped. Don't make it look like that you just, you know, have your grass clippings on there. So you're going to want to make sure that it's pretty with your parsley. Sometimes I add basil as well, so it's totally up to you. Okay guys, we're gonna make the shrimp scampi now. As you can tell though, we are gonna put ours over noodles, so we already have our pan of water getting ready for the noodle part. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and let our pan warm up for just a second. And we're gonna start by cooking the shrimp, but we're not gonna cook it all the way through because we're gonna add it to the sauce and let it cook most of the way in the sauce. But we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna throw the shrimp right into the pan. Remember that the shrimp has been marinating in olive oil and the other spices. So we don't have to add any additional oil to the pan itself. And we're gonna cook it about a minute and a half per side, until the shrimp is just translucent. So it's not going to be pink yet, but it's just, you know, a little bit opaque there. The shrimp's coming up. It's not all the way cooked, but it's just nice, almost cooked. So we're going to go ahead and pull it out of the pan. Again, this is pretty critical that you do this so that you don't have overcooked rubbery shrimp in your shrimp scampi.
So what size are those shrimp?
You know what, these are medium shrimp. I love it when I get large, but again, you know, we talk about saving a little bit of money. This shrimp only cost me, a pound of shrimp cost me $7. Okay. So again, you know, it really isn't a bad meal. When you think about how many people I'm going to feed, this is going to feed easily 4. And with a little bit of luck, I'll have a little bit of leftovers as well. Now for the mise en place, I told you I have a nice garlic press. I'm going to go ahead and just press the clove of garlic. If you like a lot of garlic, you can use 2. Just remember that there's garlic in the shrimp as well. And all we're going to do with this shrimp, or with this garlic, I'm sorry, is we're going to just let it come up until it's fragrant, so it's not quite raw, but do not burn your garlic. There's nothing worse than that bitter taste of garlic. And we're just going to, you know, let it cook a little bit in the marinade again from the shrimp. It's only going to take about 30 seconds though. You can smell it. You'll be able to say, hey, that smells good. And then you're going to add about a cup and a half of white wine. If you're not a wine drinker, it's okay, because we are going to cook out the alcohol. But the key thing here is to make sure it's a decent white wine. Don't go buy something that isn't something that somebody would drink. So again, if you're not a drinker, ask the person where you buy your alcohol, hey, is this a decent white wine? For me, I'm gonna buy a bottle that's probably about $8 or $9. But some places have little bottles that are about that big, so you don't have to waste a whole bottle of wine just to make shrimp scampi. There's other people that would laugh and say, I don't understand what that means to waste wine. And you know, maybe you want to get to know one of those and they'll help you with your bottle of wine. We're going to turn up the heat just a little bit, and we're going to let this reduce until it's about half the size of what we've put in there. And like I said, that's how you're going to know that you're going to lose the alcohol, but you're going to retain that wonderful flavor that the white wine brings. Okay, I'm going to now add about a cube of butter. This is another thing that is really going to come down to a discussion in your house, and this is where I want you to experiment a little bit. My son thinks that it needs more butter. I think that there's plenty of butter. But even though you're going to say, oh my gosh, right, there's a lot, that's a lot of butter. Shrimp scampi has a lot of butter in it, and it's going to be shared amongst, you know, a pound of pasta, and some of it's going to end up you know, being thrown out in the, at the end of the bowl, at the bottom of the bowl. So don't freak out too much. But I've also seen this made with, you know, 3/4 of a cube of butter, a half a cube of butter. So experiment, decide what you want. I'm totally up to you, totally up to you. As that butter's melting, I'm going to actually add, and I'm using salted butter, so I'm not going to add any additional salt. But because I really like my Old Bay, I did marinate in it, but I'm also going to add just a little bit more to my Scampi. Not a lot of people do that, so again, that's a personal choice, but I love that taste of Old Bay with my seafood. Don't let the butter scorch now that you've got that butter in there with that white wine. Oh, what a wonderful flavor combination. Amazing. Okay, I'm going to let that just reduce just for a little bit. And then I'm going to add a half of a lemon. I use the old-fashioned lemon juicer. I know that everybody talks about which way should the lemon be pointing when you use the juicer. However you do it, I'm fine with.
I didn't know that was a topic of controversy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
People have done experiments as to which way gets the most juice out of the lemon.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese. Now, folks, I do have an opinion on this. If you are getting your Parmesan cheese from the supermarket, I'm going to challenge you to go find an Italian market and get your cheese from the Italian market. If you're in the Salt Lake Valley, I'm going to challenge you to go try the Mediterranean in Salt Lake. It's on 39th South, just off 39th South and State Street. Mom and pop business, family owned. My mom and dad went and got their cheese there. I go get my cheese there. My kids go and get their cheese there. You're supporting a small business, and it's not just cheese, right? I get my meat there. I get, you know, Italian sausage there. I get olives there. They have a great deli, a little store where you can get different pastas. You know, just go check it out, because at the end of the day, we want to support small businesses. And if you don't live in the Salt Lake Valley, go to an adventure and go find a nice little Italian shop. Try it out. You're not going to be sorry that you did. You're going to be sorry that you haven't been checking those places out a long time ago. Once that's all melted up together, then it's time that we're going to add our shrimp. And I'm going to let the shrimp cook the rest of the way through. And then I will go ahead and I will add my crab. And then we're going to just serve this over some cooked linguine. You can use any noodles that turns you on. And you're going to have a delicious, delicious dinner. All right, so we have our shrimp scampi all ready to go. You can see now that it's cooked beautifully. I'm going to just add the crab. I keep my crab in pretty big chunks just because I like the taste of the crab. If you want, you can definitely shred it. It's totally up to you. Just, you know, whatever you like. And then we're going to just add pasta. We're just going to go ahead and add the pasta directly into the pan. And we're going to just stir that all up. And it's okay. You want to get a little bit of the pasta water into the shrimp scampi and the crab scampi. Just because that starch water is going to help bind everything together. All right, guys. I'm telling you, everybody in this room is drooling. So this is a little bit of love on a plate. And we're in a hurry to try and taste it.
Look at that big old piece of crab right there.
Yeah, go for it, AJ.
Well, I guess it's not going to cut, huh? Well, I'll take the shrimp then.
Oh, I would have just gone for the crab. What is wrong with you?
Maybe we're on camera.
Okay. So it's a really light, delicate sauce, which I like. And
Be a great one. Eat on camera.
yeah, not the easiest thing to eat in the whole world.
That's really good. My mouth is still full.
Hi guys. Enjoy. Sorry, I'm gonna just keep eating, but we'll see you next week. What, every Thursday?
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday. And little love. Spread it around.
Spread around. Come see what we cook next Thursday. Subscribe and hit the bell if you want notifications. And we'll also more tasty kitchen creations.
Yep. Till next week.